Good afternoon, everyone. Today's video is not exclusive to gunners. I'm going to go over something people may not be aware of, which is quest defense modifiers. Like in previous Monster Hunter titles, each quest has its own quest modifier, which applies a defense buff to the monster. It's usually something like 0.8 times or 0.7 times damage, something like that. This is applied across the board, which includes all forms of damage, besides static things like barrel bombs. Status are affected as well, but that's usually a separate modifier. Anyway, with damage numbers in World, it's easy to see this modifier. A lot of people ask me why I don't speedrun tempered monsters very much, and there are two reasons for that. One is I just like to farm those for decorations, and having to abandon them constantly for good times is not good use of those because they have very limited amounts of usage. And the other one is the quest modifier, which will change how much damage you do and affect how often you can actually stagger the monster because of that. Each investigation has its own quest modifier that it does not tell you. I wanted to take some time to show you guys how much your damage can vary just depending on what kind of investigation you get. For starters, I went and did the optional quest for Nerg. I'm using a 114 attack power cluster heavy bowgun. I use clusters because each cluster will hit for the same damage, and it ignores hit zones, so I can just throw it at the monster. I don't eat anything or use any consumables, so I keep the attack the same across the board. I tried the quest a few times and made sure that each hit with the cluster 3s all hit for 78. This happens every time, no matter what. Optional quest modifier will not change, that is tied to the quest itself. From there, I went and did a few Nerg investigations. A part of an investigation is their unique modifiers, such as player count, timer, or cart count. I had theorized that quest modifiers are also rolled into these, so I wanted to give it a shot just to prove it. I went on a few different investigations for Nerg and had varying degrees of damage. One let me hit with cluster 3s for 78, which is the same as the base quest. Another let me hit for 82, and then a third let me hit for 90. Now between 78 and 90 damage is pretty big for just a quest modifier. I also tried 3 tempered investigations, but they all came up with 78 damage. I'm sure tempered will follow these same rules as well, because when I was doing Val Hazak and Kushala with slicing rounds, I could definitely see the damage difference. So if anyone wants to confirm that with me, please do. I just don't have any more tempered Nerg investigations to try. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is to be mindful of the quest modifiers for normal quests and investigations. Since they do vary, so will your damage. Some investigations will be easier than others because you can deal more damage and get the staggers quicker. Anyway, I just wanted to share that quick bit of information. Good luck out there, hunters.